We're probably the most viewed YouTubers that no one's ever heard of. Right now, in the last 30 days, we got 250 million views.
It's crazy.
And I always thought that the whole flat Earth thing was just people like trolling. I thought
that too until I looked it up.
But yeah, people actually believe that. It's crazy.
Off. The pill.
Damn, you're lucky you missed the I Dare You age.
I dare.
We can bring it back for him.
No, we used to. I mean, have you seen our I Dare Yous that we've done?
On the podcast?
No. Just we do a show where we take fan comments and we do just dares with people with guests.
HigaTV?
Nope. It was, and then we did main channel stuff.
Okay.
But it was just like it got crazy, so we had to we found that we had to chill out a little bit because it was like the only way to top yourself is do something crazy. Right. It's like pranking. Like you have to go above.
Yes.
If not, people have seen it. So it started getting crazy, the things we were doing, and then we got community guidelines. We got flagged for a lot of that stuff.
I was just gonna say, before you know it, you're in Japan in a forest, and
I know
you don't want to.
Well, it wasn't that bad. It was like so we had one where it's like what was the Merrill twins, and they were the dare was to what was the dare?
Drink lemon juice out of a condom.
Yeah,
they were down for that, huh?
Their dad was there.
and their dad was there. So like we were like we checked in.
Dude. Paul Merrill is dope.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we were checking in with that, and we were like, okay, so everybody's cool with this. Like, you guys are actually gonna do it. You don't have to. You don't have to do it. And they're like, yeah, but they want to win, so they did it. Flagged. But at the time when we made it, they weren't as anal about that kind of stuff.
Okay.
It just said anal.
You did. Now we're demonetized for
monetization.
Well, we didn't clap, so none of this is going in.
No, it's a late clap.
Yeah.
Really? All that's going in?
It was interesting. Well, regardless, I'm going to do the intro again anyway. Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Off the Pill Podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Chad Wildclay.
Thanks for having me. Ooh, applause.
And we got Pacolito moderatoing.
And the bigger applause. You always give yourself a bigger applause.
He tries to.
No, I feel like, I'm that good. It's so loud. You can't, it's deafening. Literally, you can't hear it.
One of my worst mistakes was saying, hey, I think you should be the one to control that instead of me just taking advantage of it and, actually caring about the levels.
No,
and
but
stuff.
the thing is, too, if you took advantage of it, your ADHD would be like,
that is true.
And
that is
you
true.
look at the settings all the time.
Yep.
That is true.
And you're saying nothing the whole time.
We were just talking about this right before you got here, how he needs to be watching the levels and stuff. And when he starts getting excited, he'll start shouting with, and if our guest is shouting too, I'm just like, oh, I need to get over there. Rather than contribute to the conversation, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make this sound
You're
better.
a sound guy.
I know.
All of a sudden, yep.
I don't know. I think that would be fun.
I'll see if I can bring out the energy in you and get you real loud.
You naturally are an energetic person.
Oh, thanks.
This is very true. You always
the eye contact there was a little too long for comfort.
You got that energy. You got that kind of energy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just for people who don't know, why don't you tell people what you do? Well, I'll say that you are a YouTuber.
Definitely, yes. I consider myself a YouTuber. Been a YouTuber for a long time. 2010, not as long as you.
Still a long time.
Fun fact, I started my YouTube channel 4 months before you did.
Did you really?
March of 2006.
Oh, you signed up and then
I signed up.
Yeah. Got it. But no, I mean,
any
you
videos,
did. So you were actually on YouTube longer.
I'm old, yeah.
I'm old, but you look young.
Thanks,
That's
man.
the main thing.
Thank you.
And
actually, V told me that you had told your mom, oh yeah, these kids are coming over. And then your mom said
I don't know if I said kids.
Okay.
But I did know you were.
But we were like, oh, sweet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys both look young, and you're both on the channel, you and V, which is your wife.
Yes, she is, yep.
And you guys do kind of I don't know if that's the only thing, but I know you do a lot of you have a series with a bunch of hackers. You have a hacker issue.
Yeah, we got a major hacker issue. Did you know the hackers are trying to take over YouTube right now?
They are. I'm sure. It's a constant threat.
It's bad. We need some more ninjas who drink ninja milk to help us out.
We did not pay him. He's just. We're just very fortunate.
I'm really excited about ninja milk, guys. This is my first time having it. I'm totally wired right now.
Well, you are kind of always wired, but I appreciate the plug. Shameless plug.
Hey, maybe we should take it away from him. He's going to be too hyped.
Yep.
Yeah, just watch the levels.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to be clipping.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so that's on you have multiple channels, right?
Yeah, yep.
And in the main channel, you stick more to kind of the, I don't know how in detail people actually get to know you, the person.
I'm pretty decent, I guess. Like a more energized version of me.
Right,
I think
right,
a little
right,
bit,
right.
of course. You know, just like any YouTube channel.
Yeah, I mean, just like most people don't realize, but that's the thing too. Like I was just saying, like when I first started doing these, people were like, thought I was mad.
Yeah, why are you
or
so
like,
sad?
Yeah, but it's just like nobody's really like that all the time.
Yeah, you can't
that I know.
crank it up to 10
unless you're on
all the
drugs.
time.
You could be
True.
like that on drugs.
Or on Ninja Milk.
Yeah, Paco's pretty. God, I'm gonna bring him every week. Every week, Chad's gonna be here. But do you? I mean, how in depth do you go? I don't know. Talking about like, I don't know. I don't want to give anything away, but like, people know you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you live in. Wait, do they know that?
Oh yeah, they know I live in Las Vegas.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Yeah, Las Vegas. That's where I live now. Okay.
You moved here when?
I used to live in Minnesota. That's where I grew up.
Right.
And then we moved to LA for 3 years, and then we moved here 9 months ago.
Okay. Okay.
At the advice of Ryan Higa, right here.
Well, you asked me,
I know.
and I did my pitch.
Yep.
You might want to raise that a little bit.
It was a good pitch.
I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember saying something along the lines of so Chad DM'd me and he was like, what was the thought process? You were thinking about moving out here?
Yeah, we were looking in Los Angeles for a long time for a house.
Right.
And man, the real estate market there, like
it's ridiculous.
The house like right next to where we lived, it was like kind of run down, 2 bedroom. I think it was 2 bedroom, 1 bath, $800,000.
Crazy.
Like, oh my gosh.
You know what you get for that here?
Yeah, a mansion.
Yeah, 3-story house, like gigantic 3-story house with a pool and an elevator. How's V liking it out here?
I think she really likes it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We're not the type of people who need to like go out and party all the time and like go to all these events and stuff, which is, if you're that type of person, LA is good for you, but we're very much like, let's stay home, watch a movie or whatever, or let's just work all day.
Well, to be fair, you can do that in Vegas as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. That's true. You do have the strip. So if you want to do fun stuff,
I mean, people don't realize a lot of the times, but like Vegas is, you hear Vegas, you picture the strip. But where we are, where you guys are, very chill. I mean, but the majority of Vegas is not the strip.
Right.
It's very chill.
Yeah, people have been like, wait, people live in Las Vegas?
I know.
It's like, yeah.
And I'm still trying to sell. I'm trying to get more.
So what is your pitch? What is your pitch to try and bring people out?
Again,
I should just pull up the DM.
No, just
all right. Here, I'll recap the DM from what I remember.
There you go.
Number 1, real estate prices incredibly good. You can get a great house for a good price. Number 2, taxes. The state has 0% income tax compared to California. Top end is 13.3%. So you're saving a lot of money.
See, when you say numbers like that, it sounds so much better. I wouldn't have said 13 point something percent. I know I didn't put that in the DM.
But 0 is better than anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
And
no traffic.
Yep. No. Well,
except for on the strip.
And when we get the Raiders, Sundays might be
okay. That's true.
But we are getting the Raiders. We're getting our own NFL team. We have a hockey team that was in the Stanley Cup.
Yep.
And that's big in Minnesota.
Yes, hockey big in Minnesota for sure.
And then also now we have a WNBA team.
Really?
We do.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Cool.
And then I think we also have a baseball team. I don't think they're in the majors though.
I know a field's being built. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or is it done being built?
I think it might be done.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I've been hearing about this Las Vegas getting a basketball team for years though. Okay. And I think that's going to be huge when that happens, if it happens. But we were supposed to get the Kings, Sacramento Kings, but we never did. But hopefully we get an expansion team like the Golden Knights. And that might be cool. Are you into any other sports or?
I did play basketball in like early high school, but now, Ryan has invited me to basketball once or twice.
Yeah, because you're like 7'8".
Yeah, you're true. I'm like, I'm pretty rusty. I'm kind of nervous to play again because I don't want to look
think you're
bad.
being like, if you played in high school, like we didn't play in high school.
Okay.
And we play in that league.
Yeah.
So just based on fundamentals and your height, you would probably be MVP.
All right.
But also with the stuff that you do in your videos, like it's a lot of like physicality.
It's athletic.
For sure. Yeah.
And if let's talk more about, because let's get back into you. We want to know more about you and stuff.
Yeah. So you live in Vegas. Tell us about Vegas. I'm just kidding. No, go ahead.
But like with your content, it's a little bit more like kids content. And you have to gear it towards a younger audience, but with the guidelines that YouTube has, and because your stuff is a lot of like fighting hackers, and there's a lot of like not weapons but gadgets and stuff.
Gadgets.
You can't say weapons.
Yeah.
Don't say weapons.
You've had to adjust accordingly. So maybe you want to
definitely.
discuss the transition, since the YouTube algorithm has changed over these years.
Yeah, good question. It just keeps changing, and if you don't keep up, you're in trouble. Yeah, we've definitely, like when we first started on YouTube back in 2010, we were doing a lot of parodies. growing up, I thought I was going to be a famous musician. And that was my plan. That was my goal. Played guitar and piano and all that stuff, and was in bands all through high school and all that. And YouTube was kind of my creative outlet for doing music. So I was doing parodies. I loved Weird Al Yankovic. Huge fan. So we used to do a lot of parodies. They were very like kind of adult-ish a little bit. No swearing or anything, but very like Saturday Night Live humor. And we did that for many years. Never really went crazy. Actually, the videos would get like, 1 million views, sometimes 2 million views, but never really built a huge fan base. Because I think that style of content, it's very like you're
in the moment.
You're there for the video, not for the personality, essentially. Right. Yeah. And so we eventually moved to Los Angeles once we hit like 100,000 subscribers. We're like, let's just give this a shot. We're not really making any money, but if we did this full time, let's just see what happens. At the time, V was running. She owned her own Curves fitness center for women. She sold it. I co-owned a software company, still do so, but I retired from the day-to-day work on that, and my partners took over the kind of operations of that. I came out here, V came out here, and we just kind of started experimenting with different types of content. We did some roasts of YouTubers. I roasted Ryan. I don't know.
That's one of the first ones I seen.
Yeah,
and I liked it. And I was like,
Roy too, right?
Yes, yeah, guava juice, yeah, for sure. Those were fun. Did that for a while. Just kept experimenting. Was very influenced and inspired by Matthias. In fact, I think you remember Matthias. He was on Internet Icon. Yeah.
I always said from the moment I saw him, I was telling him too, because he was on that same season.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, this
Matthias
guy's gonna beat this guy.
Well,
he won, so I was like, this guy's gonna be huge, and he did.
Yeah,
and he did become
he
huge. Yeah. So.
Yeah, when we first moved to LA, he was the first person I hit up. At the time, we were at like 100,000 subscribers. He was at 300,000. And I was like, hey, man, can I take you out to dinner and just pick your brain, talk YouTube? And he was like, yeah, let's do it. I thought that was really cool of him to do that, and just became really good friends with him and his wife. And he always encouraged me to experiment and try different things. And he did too. He used to do parodies and songs and stuff. And he kept experimenting until he found his niche. So I was very inspired by that. Tried a lot of different things. And then I think once we decided, let's try, I was like, let's do something that I would love when I was like 10 years old.
Right.
And from that thought process came, when I was 10, I loved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I was like, I'm going to buy all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ninja gadgets and test them out on fruit, chops them up and sodas and all that. Made that video, did really well. Like, well, let's do some more of this. And so we did like 5 video game weapons, and we would choose different video games, different movies, test them out. That series did really, really great. So that's kind of really what started to blow us up on YouTube, and kind of evolved from there. And I've probably got off topic of your question.
No.
That's great. That's exactly it. Yeah.
You're going into it. Like Ryan could have gone into that, but the first time he tried using weapons.
No, I mean,
ended up in the hospital.
Too. Well, yeah, I tried to cut through fruit as well.
Oh, okay.
But it was it was actually a skit. It wasn't actually trying to cut through it.
Okay.
And it was recreating
Fruit Ninja
in real life.
Game. Yeah.
And I tried to cut through a watermelon, and the watermelon hit the sword. The sword hit my nose, and that's why I have this scar here.
Really?
Yeah. And that was on Mythbusters, because they were like talking about was it Fruit Ninja?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
It was on, yeah.
And what were they saying on Mythbusters?
They're probably making fun. I don't even remember the episode, but they were making fun of me. Yeah. Probably it's like the idiot who like got cut by a sword because of trying to cut a watermelon.
And they're especially like, oh, this guy's an Asian and he doesn't even know how to use a weapon. Even worse, dishonor.
Yeah.
Dishonor.
Fake.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
He must be
definitely
Asian
a myth.
American.
Definitely a myth.
But he got a B in math.
I would never.
I got a C.
I bet his blood type is B+.
But yeah, so I mean, continue talking about, you had to adapt to it. And all these things.
So yeah, just kind of kept adapting, and we still do. We still like pay very close attention to our analytics. We're very, very analytical. We have a team of 5 people who we do our YouTube videos with, and I guess I like to say we're probably the most viewed YouTubers that no one's ever heard of. Right now, in the last 30 days, we got 250 million views.
That's crazy.
And yeah,
Dude, your videos, I mean, I don't always see them, but when I see them and I go check out your channel, it's like, oh, 1 day ago, 3 minutes. It's like PewDiePie numbers in his prime.
Yeah.
Not that he's not
it's
in
crazy.
his prime, but it was like, because you guys post often. How often?
right now, 5 days a week.
Yeah, like 5 days a week, and then like every video is like, oh, 3 million, 5 million,
Yeah.
2 million. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. It's fun.
And I'm surprised that, like, I mean, like you said, like it's weird that you're getting all this attention, but it's like in the realm, I guess, of like talking about bigger YouTubers that are blowing up.
Right.
It's all about like who's making the news, like who the drama news.
The drama, yeah.
So if you guys had drama, then people would realize, holy crap, these guys have a lot of views.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think you're exactly right.
So all you got to do is attack a famous YouTuber with your ninja gadgets. You're in there.
You're in there, dude. Someone who's been on YouTube for a really long time. What do you think?
Nah, you got to go for somebody who's in the news.
Yeah, in the news.
Not somebody irrelevant.
Yeah, Ryan's irrelevant.
What? Yeah, you got to go for somebody who's like fighting.
Yeah. Ooh, actually do a boxing match, and then midway through the boxing match, bring out your gadgets, and then kill them.
And then just get disqualified.
Yeah.
It'll be demonetized, but people will be talking about you.
That's true. Like that crazy YouTuber who pulled out gadgets.
Yeah.
Don't want you to get the yellow dollar
so
symbol.
we're thinking like since you are very analytical. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed the trends and those things working.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not your thing. That's not our thing
trends
either.
necessarily. Yeah.
Yeah. But what if we were to evolve it? Because it's always about thinking ahead, right? So what if we were to take that fighting, this whole drama scene to the next level?
Right.
And what if it is ninja fighting?
battles.
Ninja battles.
Yeah, Ninja Battle Royale. YouTuber Ninja Battle Royale.
Tell me that would not be clickable with a bunch of YouTube. I mean, you'd have to get them to do it, but
I mean,
think about
someone already kind of did that.
They did?
Yeah.
Well, we are not.
Who did
Mr. Beast did that whole battle royale with a bunch of YouTubers and airsoft.
But
And
not Ninja Battle.
Yeah, but that would be even harder to film if you're going to do it in darkness and at night, and then you have loud people going, "Well, I see an enemy over there, and I'm going to go and smack them in the face."
No, we'll do it Mortal Kombat style, like not necessarily in the night. It'll be in a arena realm type thing,
like little torches all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
Forearm dudes, like
an acid pit you can fall into.
Yeah, with spikes.
With spikes.
See, now we're thinking.
Yeah.
Tell me that would not be. I mean, granted, we'd have to. I'm trying to think of really trying to make a version of this.
But that's a lot of paperwork. That's a lot of paperwork.
I know. But
yeah,
that's the future.
It'll work though, guys. If you want that, give this video a thumbs up.
Yeah, and then you know what? You know how they say we've never done this before, but I saw recently Anthony did like if it gets so many likes, I'll do something.
Yeah.
But his video reached that crazy amount of things. I don't know what he has to do, but it's something ridiculous, and I don't want to do that.
Oh, okay.
It works though.
It does work.
Technically, still have to go to jail.
Yeah.
You have to go to jail? We said in a BTS once, like if he gets enough
40,000 likes.
Yeah, it was on a BTS video, so it's just we didn't think it was gonna get that many. It did. I said Paco's going to jail, so he still has to go to jail.
I have to run a tank through a house because of thumbs up. I haven't done that yet.
An actual tank.
A real tank. So one of my favorite videos we've ever done was we went to Minnesota. They have tanks you can drive, army tanks. And I actually...
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, it's Minnesota. They don't have much else to do.
Yeah, exactly. We just have open fields and army tanks. That's all we have.
A bunch of Vikings.
Yeah. They got basketball, or football and hockey, right?
Yes. And
well, Timberwolves,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're just not having the best time right now.
Yeah. But yeah, I drove an army tank over two cars, and crushed them. It was really fun. So I was like, if this video gets, and it was just a number that never hit. I was like, if this video gets 192,000 thumbs up, I'll run this through a house.
And it did.
It did, yeah. Because the tank place was like, we have this special package. It's only like $80,000, and you can buy a trailer house type thing, and you can run a tank through it. So I was like, oh, they offer it, so maybe I didn't think it would ever hit.
The return on investment there is,
negligible. You're getting into Mr. Beast territory now. It's like you need to have a sponsor.
Yeah,
to cover that.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
but I mean, you got to do it.
Yeah, got to do it.
Yeah,
we're still planning it. We will do it sometime. Yeah, we will for sure. Got to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to jail eventually too.
Right.
But
yeah,
it's gonna be for a real reason.
Yeah, for a real reason.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a matter of time.
A real crime.
Yeah. So that's why we don't make those bets anymore, because I don't want to not do what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, you gotta stay true.
You gotta be honest.
Yeah.
So
the trust of your audience is everything.
When you're ready, dude, jail. But getting back to your regular life, everyday life. I'm curious, because you post so much. I mean, I know a lot of YouTubers do this, but a lot of people also back up their content. You moved to Vegas, but you haven't really you were saying you haven't gotten to do much Vegas things because you're always working.
Yeah.
So what's your schedule been like?
We start every day at like 9 a.m. and we usually don't end till 9 p.m. Like this past Tuesday, we went from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. That was a real long filming day.
That's exhausting.
So yeah, we're we're trying to get more people right now because I feel really bad for our employees. They're working their butts off. So
Oh, you guys are
shout
hiring?
out to you guys.
You guys are hiring?
Yeah.
Alright.
You know anybody good?
Yeah.
Who's
dude.
got a little YouTube experience?
Yeah, just a little bit of YouTube experience.
Trust me, I don't know
you
anyone. I don't know anyone good here.
Someone who's
You
really
said a
good.
12-hour day? When's the last time you worked a 12-hour day?
When's the last time I worked a 12-hour month?
Oh, hey, I'm looking for someone real honest and straightforward. You know.
That was honest. That was honest. Yeah, so it's been pretty crazy for you guys. And I mean, how many, like, obviously this whole schedule, how long has this been going on? Like this almost every day. I mean, it's pretty much every day.
Yeah, every day. We do kind of take weekends off, but V and I still work a little bit on the weekends. Actually, our employees do too. They do editing and stuff. So the weekends are kind of supposed to be off, but like Memorial Day, we didn't even know it was a vacation. Like at last minute, we're like, oh shoot, it's a holiday. We text message everybody like, hey, if you want to take the day off, you can. Everyone came in anyway and just worked a normal day. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we know nobody else here.
Yeah.
You're our only friends.
That's true.
Well, we met one of them.
Yeah.
One of the new guys.
Yeah, Melvin. Yeah.
Yeah, we met Melvin. He plays basketball. We're still trying to we're just trying to get him.
We're just trying to get people.
Keep working on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just asked because I think that is, I mean, it's commendable, but do you think it's a long-term thing? Because I feel like that's
not
we're gonna
get burnt out for sure. Yeah.
That sounds. I mean, it's good because you're taking advantage of the situation, which is you should.
Yeah.
But that sounds like. I mean, I don't think anyone can do that consistently. That sounds exhausting.
Yeah, it is for sure. Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to get down to normal hours.
Right,
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Bringing
on more people helps.
Yes, I hope so. There'll be a period where it probably requires more work because you got to train them in. But we'll
okay.
see. Yeah.
Cool.
Unless you find someone who already has some YouTube experience.
Oh, yeah, dude. Actually, I would be horrible for your channel.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I like cuss a lot. I'm very not family friendly.
Yeah,
Demonetized.
the kids would
And
not
if
be able to
people
watch.
talk trash in the comments about me, I go at them.
Oh,
He's a responder.
I respond.
Okay.
A first responder. Yeah, he definitely responds.
But instead of giving first aid, I just hurt them more.
Yeah.
I make it worse.
So the parents would be like, you can't watch these channels anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
You'll lose all
in terms
viewership.
of all your, I guess, going back to talking about your content and what you guys have been producing, it's a lot of it has to do with being hacked, right? Or hackers.
Yeah,
is that like any true stories in terms of like, have you really been hacked? And other?
Well,
like,
I mean, if you think
I've
about
had
it,
my own issues. That's why.
He also worked. You worked at a software company, right?
Yeah,
You
I did.
said.
Yeah. I mean, it's a legit thing. I mean,
So are you?
I've actually, if you look at my social blade, you'll see a month where I had negative 99 million views because I had so many videos taken down.
Really?
Those were copyright strikes, but that's another story.
Right.
But yeah,
Hackers.
Actually, you might get this too. Like every day, I get like a Google alert, like, "Did you just request a password reset on your Google password?" There's always people trying to get into your YouTube accounts. It's
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So actual hackers.
Yeah. Man, actual hackers. You got to watch out. You guys watch your back. They're in Las Vegas.
Well, I've already been hacked a few times. This is before I really knew, because it wasn't really an issue up until like 5 years ago, maybe.
What happened?
Well, my Instagram was one of the first things to get hacked,
Okay.
and I didn't really care too much at the time. Instagram was still big; it was huge. I don't normally like posting a lot, but my Instagram got hacked twice actually, and they ran some kind of like, I don't know, script or something that basically blocks all the people that follow me. There's some kind of algorithm they did that people who follow me that have interacted with me, like the most active people basically, and it was like thousands. And I only recently
blocked them.
Yeah, they blocked. They made my account block them. All the really hardcore ones.
Yeah.
And it was like thousands and thousands. I know it was thousands and thousands of people. And I finally finished unblocking everybody, but I tried to reach out to Instagram and everybody, and there's no way. I just wasn't getting any help. There's no way to just do unblock all.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. Well, you've had those issues too?
I mean, without getting help from different
He's
platforms,
talking about-
especially you two.
Yeah.
Right.
I recently had a video that said, "Please contact your partner manager about this." And I was like,
Did it say why?
I don't have a. It's because there's like a manual review process now.
Yeah.
And they said that my video had blood and gore in it, which none of my videos do
Right.
at all. So the manual reviewer was like, "This video contains violence, blood, and gore." I was like, "No, it doesn't." That was so
Maybe
weird. So,
violence?
and it said, "If you disagree with this, please contact your partner manager." I was like, "I don't have a partner manager." So
Wait, you don't have a partner manager?
no.
That is incredible.
I don't think I have one either.
Well, that is predictable.
He's much bigger.
I didn't want to say anything.
No, but let's be real. That's pretty ridiculous. I mean, the amount that you've been on for a while. You've been posting consistently. I'm not saying Paco doesn't deserve one. You should have one too.
You deserve one too.
Don't look
Yes,
at me.
but it is ridiculous that you don't have one. And we should. I mean, that's a simple. We should get you a partner manager. It just
amazing.
have even someone there to be like, hey, this is not right.
Yeah.
The thing that people don't realize is like, yes, anyone can attack a video, like copyright strike it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And even if it's not true, you can get it. You can fight it. You'll win, and they'll switch it. But it takes time, and all that time that's happening, somebody else is benefiting.
Yeah,
And that's the ridiculous part.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I mean, you should. It's kind of crazy to me that you don't like. There's not many other people. There's a lot of YouTubers that get views, but not the same viewership as you.
That's
you know,
true.
like I think that's kind of. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. It's.
Are you sure you don't have a partner manager?
I do not. I used to have one, but we got dumped.
But usually they pass you on to somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But no, we didn't get passed on. Yeah.
That is very interesting to me. Okay.
I don't know.
Well, you know what? We will come back after. Sorry, I thought I saw a hacker. No, I'm just kidding. We'll be back. Look at him go. We'll be back after the quick shishi break to talk a little bit more, and we're gonna get you a partner manager right now.
I'm your partner manager now.
All right. Well,
Here's my
that sucks
partner.
to be you.
I eat Taco Bell. That's my thing. Are we filming right now? Curious?
Yeah, I mean, we're just rolling.
I mean, we
the
gotta
ball.
okay.
still clap anyway.
Oh, okay.
I love Taco Bell.
Yeah,
Dude.
me too.
I was trying to like get sponsored by Taco Bell for quite a while.
I remember
was,
you were saying that.
I was like smoozing with the big wigs at Taco Bell. In fact, but they do know who I am, and they have invited me to many things. They invited me to the Taco Bell Thanksgiving dinner,
Right.
where they invite like 30 YouTubers and some other people. It's really cool because all the like YouTube chefs are there. That sounds kind of funny to say, YouTube chefs,
Yeah.
but like these are like legit chefs, you know. And their like goal is to make a Thanksgiving dinner, but each item, like the turkey and the stuffing and all this, has to use one Taco Bell ingredient. So like for example, they had like the honey glazed ham, but instead of honey glazed, it was Baja Blast glazed.
What?
ham. And it was so good.
Was it good?
Yeah,
Dope.
it was really good.
Yo, Baja Blast is dope, bro.
It is, but I can't picture it with turkey.
No, ham.
Oh, ham,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah, that's
Ham,
totally
dude.
different. Totally
Yeah.
different.
Completely different stuff. Pig, turkey. It's two different things,
Yep.
you know.
But I go to Taco Bell so much that so when I moved from Minnesota to California, the Taco Bell employee got me a going away present.
No
She was
way.
like, "I'm gonna miss you so much." And
Damn.
Yeah, because I went there like every day.
Damn.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. I go
Well,
a
I mean,
lot.
I tried to pitch a show. Well, like I guess it's like a documentary. It was like based off of Super Size Me, but it was
Okay, yeah.
it was like Taco Bell.
Cool.
But my goal was to prove that, and this is like 5 years ago. My goal was to prove that you could eat Taco Bell every day, 3 times a day,
Yeah.
and still lose weight.
Yeah.
And I still think I could do it. I
Yeah.
think it's very possible. I'm not trying to say. And recently they released an article that Taco Bell is one of the healthiest fast food chains.
Wow. Okay. Now I feel really good about it.
Well, they also put a disclaimer and said it doesn't mean it's healthy.
Sure.
It's the healthiest
Healthiest.
fast food chain.
Yeah.
Or one of the healthiest fast
Pick
food
your
chains.
poisons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was before that article. This is like years ago when I wanted to do that, but they didn't want to do it. I don't know. I thought it would
Which
been a
sounds
good
so
idea.
weird. It's like, hey, I want to make your product look really good right now.
Yeah.
Just help me out. They're like, nah, we're gonna stick with all the myths.
They might have been worried like he's gonna get really fat, and it's just gonna
Well,
turn out
it
really
usually
bad.
comes down to like, oh, what campaign are we trying to push right now?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Timing's everything.
I actually did something when they first released Baja Blast, but it never released. But they still paid me for it.
Nice.
Well, that's nice.
But it was I don't remember why they didn't go through with the campaign, but
It's because they saw Carl's Jr. and they're like,
I think that's why
sellout guy.
they hit me up for it. It was around that time.
Oh,
though.
really?
Yeah.
You did a
But-
Carl's Jr. thing, huh?
Yeah, a long time ago, a bunch of us got hit up to do a Carl Jr. thing. Like it was like me, Smosh, like a whole bunch of us, Dave Days, a bunch of people.
Dave Days,
yeah,
yeah.
remember? And we all did it, and we all made our own videos, and people just hated us for like a while
God.
because they're like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
these freaking sellouts!"
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, you
when-
couldn't do ads back in the
Sell
day.
out.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to make any money.
I know.
You guys are supposed to doing it
For free.
I was just straight up. I was like, guys, they paid me so much. I don't care what you say. I was like, no, but I was hurt at the time. I was like, man, I never got this much hate before. And I was like, I'm not gonna do this ever again. And little did they know, this is brought to you by Ninja Milk. Thank you guys so much for watching. NinjaMilk.com. Order yourself a case.
And I talking about nostalgic YouTubers. Another nostalgic thing. Pokemon actually just made an announcement for a new game. You guys know about Pokemon Go, right?
Oh, yes, of course.
They've announced a game called Pokemon Sleep.
This is
Let me guess.
a joke?
It's
or?
a sleeping app to fall asleep to?
No, it's
It's one of those idle games?
Kind of, yeah, where it wants you to sleep more, and it's like the more you sleep, like you can catch Pokemon or get like better things, and it's
Dude,
kind of
in your dreams, dude.
nice,
Literally.
nice. That was a good one, but yeah,
You don't have a sound effect for a drum hit?
Surprising. Wait, do we? Oh, we
There
do.
it is.
There you go. It's kind of quiet, but. Okay.
There we go.
All right.
And then edit this video so that's right afterwards. It'll be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be way funnier.
it'll be very funny.
We're going to leave it exactly
We're
like
all
this.
discussing this. No, but yeah, so they announced that Pokemon Sleep will be turning sleeping into entertainment, much in the same way that Pokemon Go turned walking into entertainment.
They're just trying to make everyone healthy.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Okay. I mean, like,
Thanks for sharing that. That's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like
it was in the news. I didn't hear anything about that. Is that recent?
it was
I can't
Tuesday.
imagine.
It was on Tuesday.
Did you play any of those?
I
Pokemon
did.
Go, regular
but
Pokemon?
I did collaborate with the Pokemon Go song kid. Do you remember him? Misha? Speaking of retro YouTubers, although it was like 4 years ago. I play Pokemon Go every day.
No, I don't know who
You don't
that
remember
is.
that?
No.
Oh, Misha, famous kid from Czechoslovakia.
Really?
Pokemon
sorry,
Go
no,
song. Okay, well,
It was great.
but you didn't play the game.
I did not know.
Well, we kind of played it a little
Yeah.
bit, but I got over it pretty quick.
Because it required walking and leaving the house.
Exercise.
Yeah.
No, but so many people actually
yeah.
did it. Now I'm wondering, like, this makes surprisingly, this makes more sense because people actually play games for that reason. Like, there's idle games where you don't need to play
Yeah.
to play the game.
True.
And that's huge right now. So if it's anything like that, it could work better than Pokemon Go, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it's like interesting that you can, but I want to know how they're going to turn entertainment or sleep into entertainment.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
I
Yeah.
don't know. They're gonna hook wires up to your head while you're sleeping and read your dreams. It's a ruse to gather information on you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just kidding.
Conspiracy
They're
theories.
trying to hack your dreams.
Hackers.
They are.
Hack
It's
your
all about the
imagination.
It's Project Zorgo.
They're trying to find out more about you.
They are.
How much do you know about conspiracies? Do you look into those?
I kind of like conspiracies. I don't believe in them, but I think they're really fun.
Same, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
cool.
And sometimes when it's really creative, it's like, man, that's such a stretch. But
Yeah.
you put in the effort. I
Yeah,
respect
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
Like it takes talent to piece together all these things
Right.
and make it fit together. And yeah.
What's the most recent conspiracy that you've looked into?
Gosh, I kind of like. Gosh, none recently. I never got into the flat Earth stuff. I know it's kind of the more recent thing.
I saw that. I watched the documentary on Netflix. It was actually pretty interesting.
You know, I always thought that the whole flat Earth thing was just people like trolling. I thought
that too,
like,
until I
one
looked it
believed
up.
But yeah, people actually believe that. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
When you look it up though, and you watch like, you know, you when you say flat earthers, you picture a certain kind of person. And you're like, okay, that person is ridiculous. Like this is so out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
But then when you have these people who are like, oh, you actually sound like articulate, and
Yeah.
it's just like I can see why most people would fall for that. Like I can see the arguments are there. Like if
Yeah.
you ever really get into it,
Okay.
Not that I'm not saying I believe that the Earth is flat, but the arguments are really entertaining.
Oh, yeah,
Like, if
it's
you like it for the
super.
entertainment factor,
Yeah.
I think you'll like it because
Okay.
it's like, oh wow, they put a lot of thought into this. They have a little
They're like,
defense.
they're studying like flight patterns and like why certain planes fly a certain way instead of like the quicker route and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
And then also certain things like like the degrees of Earth and how like I shouldn't be able to see this far into the distance, but I do.
Okay.
And
yeah.
it's actually like you see like the
Paco is
beginning
now
of
a
the-
flat earther.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
All right,
You-
no, I'm
you know
not
lot
a flat
about it.
earther. I'm a flat chester. Okay, I can't develop muscles. But
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I
So
thought you were talking about something else there.
I mean that too. We could we
okay.
could go there.
Okay. No, probably shouldn't.
But
We probably shouldn't.
Keep it family friendly.
Kids.
But yeah, basically the whole thing. it shows in the beginning of the documentary like a lot of stuff that makes you kind of like, oh, I can see like how this possibly makes sense, and you start to like slowly question all that you believe.
Yeah.
And then I guess in the latter part of it, the scientists come in and they're like
hey,
explaining like,
these explain it real easily.
But the thing too is like the scientists, there's certain, the thing I like about it is the certain scientists, and it's not necessarily a flat earth documentary. It talks about more when you are educated in a certain way of thinking, and it's been proven and stuff, don't always be so quick to look down on others.
Yeah.
You know, these people who are flat earthers, what they said was view them as people who could have been potential scientists, but were just miseducated.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
because
right.
they're doing their own form of learning, and
Yeah.
they're aspiring. You know,
Right.
But so what you
They're
can do is you
researching and all
can
that,
mentor them. So don't be so quick to like look
Yeah.
down on them. These people are actually like you said, articulate, smart. They're doing
Yeah.
their own research. They're finding out things.
Yeah.
It's not easy to make up. I mean, to come up with that stuff. And
That's
they're-
believable.
And even have their findings are true, even though they can be disproved.
Yeah.
A lot of it, to even come up with that is like amazing to me.
Yeah.
But in the same way, and I guess the argument is, and again, I'm not defending it. I'm just saying, you know, one of the arguments are that obviously the reason why we are already feeling a certain way the moment we say the earth is flat and everybody's like, okay, dude, is
right.
because from the moment we're born, you know, and
You're
we're
just told,
brought up in a world, they show us globes, they show us
Yep.
on TV, everything you've ever seen and learned in school, everything you were taught was, you know, a certain way.
Yep.
Of course you're going to think it's ridiculous.
True.
The
That's
moment, like, I mean, if everybody told us the earth was flat and we had pictures of like in space of a flat earth
Right.
our whole lives, and all of a sudden someone was like, you know what? I think it's a globe. I think it's round. Like, this is ridiculous. People
Throw
are
him
like,
in
what? That doesn't
jail.
make
Yeah.
any sense. Like, we would be, think about that. Like, it could be something, not that I'm saying that I believe that because I don't know, but there is a % chance that flat earthers are completely right. Yeah.
But
There's
I mean,
never 100%. There's no 100% anything.
Yeah.
Science doesn't even believe in
We
100%.
could be living in the Matrix right now.
We could
Who
be.
knows,
Yep.
you know? And there's another
But is it flat or
conspiracy.
is it a round matrix?
Right. I don't know. Have to look at the source code. I'm not sure.
well, then you'd have to hack into the system. And
Yeah.
find it out.
And that's why we bring it back to hackers.
Hackers.
You're a hacker.
I'm not a hacker.
Well, when you play basketball, you might be.
Ooh, I might be a hack.
Hack and
Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
We're going a little deep. What were you going to say?
We went down to just different things. I don't know. I was just talking about that. But for the flat Earth thing, I wasn't so much looking at it in terms of like believing the flat Earth. But what I liked about it, and it's something that we can create an analogy to a lot of other things, is when we have a certain way of thinking. Sometimes we're so quick to judge others because they don't think
Right.
how we think. Where it's like, oh, you believe in flat Earth, man? Like, you're dumb.
Yeah.
And you're not here trying to explain it. You're not here trying to like show a new perspective. You have this elitist mentality where you want to just like brag over others.
You got to be open-minded.
Yeah. And I want to transition that into another thing
Yeah.
where the state of Missouri is now looking to shut down their last abortion clinic.
Oh, gosh. We're
Yeah.
going there.
And following Alabama,
I was going to say, isn't this Alabama? It's-
No,
Georgia.
see, Alabama
Georgia's doing
voted
this.
on it.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
and stuff. But the state of Missouri is looking to shut down their last
You
abortion
guys are like
clinic.
trying to get demonetized right now. Flat Earth.
just as much as we can.
He literally looks up what's the biggest things in the news. And he's just like, what is your thoughts? How can I segue into this?
Ryan's like, you're not getting paid, and I'm like, neither are you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No one's getting paid.
No, but, so I mean, just going into that because a lot of people are like, oh, pro-life, pro-choice. Oh, you don't get this, you're dumb, and it's just like that whole thought process.
Right,
so I'm
right.
not necessarily asking maybe what your stance is on it. Maybe if you want to go into that, but it's more just like, do you like what are your thoughts more so on like the whole elitist mentality because that's huge everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, with all that stuff, I love to have my mind changed. I always try to keep my mind open. Like, I do believe certain things, but if someone wants to try to convince me otherwise, I'm like totally down, and I'm definitely willing to like have my mind changed. In fact, I find it super enjoyable. It's like, dang, I never thought of that before. If I would have known that, maybe I'd think a little differently. So I think that's just a good mindset to have.
Same.
for everything. Yeah.
I agree with that.
I think for the thing for us though, a lot of YouTubers who are low level drama is they're very open minded.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
It's hard to get
Low?
into drama when you
Yeah.
don't have like a super hard opinion on
Yeah.
stuff,
Right.
you know?
Right. Yeah.
Because you're so fluid with things.
Yeah.
Because you're
True.
willing to be swayed. You're willing to
Yeah.
listen to the other side.
Right. Like,
Yep.
maybe I'm wrong about this,
Yeah.
you know, just to have that thought, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I always have that thought process for most things, but I've found that even that can be called out on because then giving people the benefit of the doubt a lot of times, like even if you question the majority, a lot of times they'll find ways to mark you too as like on the wrong side.
True, yeah.
Like they'll call you an apologist.
Right,
Like
exactly.
people were what's a good example? Like when the whole
Like when the president wanted to talk to, I think when Obama said, yeah, I'd be willing to talk to Iran or whatever. Like, how could you even listen to them? You shouldn't even hear a word they say. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And then people would just jump on you. And if you have opinions about something else too, like for example, like the Logan Paul situation, right? And how everybody was completely against him. And everybody gets how, wrong it is.
Right.
I was there thinking like, well, I don't think he's the devil. Like, I think he definitely didn't realize it was going to be, he wasn't trying to, I don't think he was trying to offend anybody. I think he was just thinking about himself and like, how can I make this interesting? But people were treating it like he's the devil. Like he's literally like has no respect for people who are, but if I were to come on and say that, it's like, oh, Ryan's being an apologist for him. Like, but I'm not. I'm just saying like, I think people are taking this a little far, like hoping he dies, like it's a little ridiculous.
It's really fun right now for people to like jump on the bandwagon of
the anger,
the whole like
the mob
James
mentality.
Charles things and like I don't know. I don't know why the
cancel
mob
culture.
mentality. That's what it is.
Cancel culture. That's what
that's
the
super.
term.
Because in a way, it's you get to end someone without directly doing it,
right?
You know?
And so you can feel like superior, like
And again,
I'm so
back to the elitist mentality.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna get to the point where like a lot of people want others to be canceled. Yeah. And I from my perspective, I think it's because they feel like, oh, I've done bad things, but if I can make other people who have done equally or worse things,
right,
like get canceled and stuff, then it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Because now I'm doing a good thing. I'm doing a holy thing. So maybe it cancels out my sins or my past and stuff.
Yeah. Gotta make yourself feel better, right?
Yeah.
I also think a lot of people just genuinely believe they're right. And they just think this is the right thing for, like, I mean, not saying that they're not, but they believe this is right. And the majority agrees with me.
Yeah.
So if you think otherwise, you're just wrong.
All right. I'm going to pose a question now. Okay? So,
are you asking for a friend?
How good does someone have to be to get away with a crime?
Well, speaking from experience,
in the YouTube world, I
mean, I think you answered it. Like, you just have to be popular. Like, you just have to be popular. It's not even talent, really. Well, some people might consider it talent, but if the more popular you are, the more you can get away with.
But Logan was super popular,
Yeah, but for what reasons? People never saw him as that way, but I mean, he's still making videos. Like, it might not be where he was at, but
how about PewDiePie? Because he's still like where he's
exactly.
At.
Yeah,
that's true.
So there's an example of someone who hung on.
Yep, and that's talent in itself to get yourself out of those situations. Like PewDiePie knew what he knew how to turn everything again. He was smart enough to be like, hey, these articles said this. Let me prove them wrong. Like he knew that's a talent to do that. Logan didn't have that skill.
Yeah, and that whole situation with PewDiePie, I think he gained way more of a loyal following from that.
And I think he learned from it, and I could see what his mindset was. And he stuck with that mentality. He's like, hey, it's me versus them, me versus this person, me versus T-Series. It's always like, if I can get other people on my side and give myself an enemy, it helps build that, because you give yourself a competitor.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, and that's how the whole drama scene works too. That's why it builds people when it's someone versus someone.
Yep.
And that's all it's always been.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the equal amount of subs James Charles lost, Tati gained.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like that's just the way it goes. Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah. T-Series just hit 100
million.
I saw that.
First channel ever. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Did you ever think that it would get to those numbers back in the day?
Back in the day, meaning
like 2008, 2009.
Oh no, everybody was at like 1 million.
Yeah,
at the most, I would say. And
I remember when you were the number one most subbed YouTube channel.
There was the very first time I was, it was for like less than a week.
Oh, okay.
Because it was like I think it was Smosh.
Yeah,
and then Fred passed me in like a week. I was like, well, I was there for a little bit.
Then everyone's like, who's Fred? Like,
yeah,
no,
and then I think it was like what I passed Fred again or something, and then Ray came.
Oh yeah,
Ray William Johnson.
Yeah.
And he kind of just quit.
And then Smosh passed him,
or something like that. And then PewDiePie, the rise of PewDiePie, and he's just been killing it.
Yeah, no one's come close.
That's when the algorithm changed for the first time.
Yeah,
when it was based on like gaming long content.
2012, I think.
something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And see, but like had I been in this mindset of like, hey, I want to get back, I would be like, man, PewDiePie's content it's not real content. Like I would have started something, so it would have been my team versus his team.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want. I don't want to do that.
And in the back,
you
be
avoid
like,
drama.
Hey, Felix, dude, we got each other, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly, and we would have both grew even faster, but he didn't need that. I mean, he was already milking the system.
Yeah.
and he killed it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
the thing I respect about him, because at first I was like, I didn't like his content. I was like, this is not entertaining to me to watch somebody. It wasn't normal to watch someone play games, right?
At the time, no.
Yeah. And the thing I respect about him is that he realized like, okay, this is working, but I'm gonna evolve, and he changed his content to what he does now. Like he actually evolved. He didn't just stick with the one thing and just keep doing it over and over because it works.
Yes.
And that's when I realized, okay, he's actually smart. He's not just like doing something. He gets what he's doing.
Very few YouTubers can do that, for sure. Yeah.
Some people get lucky, they make it, they realize, oh, this works, I'm gonna latch onto it, but they don't evolve.
Right. And then the algorithm eventually changes, and then they go
Exactly.
down.
Yep. So
You kind of look like PewDiePie if he never slept.
Hey.
yeah, that is a mean thing to say. Why? Because his eyes are smaller?
My eyes are smaller.
Yeah,
That's
not
it.
really. I mean, I think you're just being racist. I think you're just a racist.
Yeah, you just think all white people look the same.
Yeah.
Nah, not true. There's definitely a difference.
He doesn't look anything like Felix.
It's because he
Maybe-
can't grow a
maybe if I
beard.
grew it out a little
yeah,
bit,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Actually, can you grow like a full beard?
No, I can't.
Really?
No, I've never been able to.
Same.
Yeah, I know.
I just shaved today because I knew I was going to see Paco, and he just makes fun of me. So.
Do you?
Yeah,
Did
it
you?
doesn't grow here for me, and then just like patches and whatever. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into Twitter questions.
Okay.
Because I actually kind of see something that kind of wraps up a lot of what we talked about. You know, someone says, or it's from Mippy5.
Mippy5.
It's
Luke.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
But they said, you're the master at always tweaking your content to keep your channel fresh. If the YouTube algorithm wasn't a thing and you were guaranteed to get millions of views per video, what type of content would you produce? And I think that I want to see from both of you guys.
Yeah.
Because I think for Ryan, what he would produce is just him sleeping.
Has that worked well in the past?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I mean, if the algorithm wasn't a thing, I probably would have never been forced to like venture away from making parodies, because
Music.
I really loved doing it. It's a really great creative outlet. I used to like recreate all the music and like play all the instruments and just really enjoyed creating the music and writing the lyrics and all that. It was really fun.
What about originals?
I did do originals like with my band. I used to have like a ska punk band.
Damn,
that's sick.
Ska's dope, dude.
Yeah, dude. Love that third
Bring it
wave
back.
ska. Yeah, old school. But if the algorithm wasn't a thing, I probably would still be doing that. But
Because you love making music.
I do love it. But I think the bigger thing is I wouldn't have been forced to try new things. I mean, I really do love what I'm doing now, and in fact, I think I'm having more fun now than I would if I was still doing parodies. So right now, I just really love this whole like series thing, and just kind of video to video kind of continues, and it just keeps going and builds this really cool story. So I love what I'm doing now more than back then. But yeah, I think it was the algorithm that kind of forced me to like adapt and change and try new things and see what would work on YouTube. Yeah. How about you, Ryan? What would you be doing?
I mean, I think I would be going back to making the videos that I was making, but taking longer, because I would do it. I mean, we would rush a lot of stuff. Like even the videos people think are like, oh, that was so great. That was so, we put a lot of time and take like 3 weeks, a month, whatever. It always could be better.
Yeah.
And there's only a few times I was very satisfied with how it turned out. And it wasn't completely what I thought it was going to be in my head. But I mean, you got to be realistic, and also it's YouTube, so you got to post sometime.
Right.
But if I didn't have to worry about that, then I would be on that. All right, I'm just gonna make a dope, no matter how long it takes.
Perfection.
Exactly,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna make something crazy that hasn't been done, regardless of the time and the the viewership falling, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I would love to do that, but
I kind of forgot about that demand. I mean, I'm doing it now, doing 5 videos a week. But yeah, when we did the parodies, we actually used to release like one video every 2 months.
right,
And just like
put a lot of effort.
get it to perfection, get it really good. And yeah, that was the thing. So kind of after the parodies, the next thing that I evolved into was I created a series called Crap. And the goal with it was like, I'm going to release a video every week, because with the parodies, you just couldn't do it.
Yep.
Just with just like me and V, that was it. Couldn't do it once a week. So I was like, I'm going to create a series called Crap, because the videos are going to be crap compared to what they used to be. And the crap was an acronym for comments, raps, and parodies. So I would take like the viewers' comments and kind of weave it into a parody song with like very low production value.
Right.
So yeah.
Yep.
The whole,
we call filler.
Yeah. Filler.
But I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, had you even stuck to doing those like parodies though, I think like you said, you would have got bored eventually of it.
Probably.
And you probably would have evolved it anyway. Like you probably would have moved on to what you're doing probably, or something different.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah. Because eventually, anything you do, no matter how much you love doing it, you eventually want to try something different.
Maybe your current series will become a musical.
Ooh.
I don't know.
He's projecting. He just wants to do a musical. That's why.
I don't want to do a musical at all. No.
A ninja musical?
I like doing music stuff, but I that's not my gift.
What about you?
You want
what,
it?
What would you be doing if it weren't the algorithm?
If it was for the algorithm that I was getting millions of views, man, I just want to do videos with Ryan, man, you know, because hanging out with him is such a blessing.
Guy. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, podcasts. Like, I like doing these because I can just be myself.
But millions of views.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We could still do this and get if we got millions of views, that's like basically Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
You just do a podcast, you just hang out with your friends, and you just get millions of views, and
but you gotta go like you gotta do a 3-4 hour podcast.
I know.
To the Joe Rogan.
I know. The thing is, we could do that. It's just that Joe's so captivating. Like he's quick on his feet.
Yes.
And I think part of it is because he's always high. I don't know.
Knowledgeable too.
He is.
Like
he's super topics. Smart. Yeah. And like the people he brings on are like, oh, okay, it's just like the smartest scientist in the world. Like he had what's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson on, and that was such an interesting one to me because it goes back to what we were talking about before about like people who are just. I mean, he's a scientist, so obviously he has to say certain things. And I found it interesting that he said, he said this is 100%. There's absolutely no way that we didn't land on the moon, or they were talking about something about the moon landing. Yeah. And I was like, what? But I always wondered this. I don't know if it's true, but like as a scientist, isn't it wrong to say that anything is 100%?
Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah, like Albert Einstein was like really confident that this whole quantum mechanics thing wasn't a thing,
right?
But he was wrong.
Exactly.
He shouldn't have been so confident.
He could have said 100%, but that, like we were saying, they're just cocky, little elitists.
Elitists.
Yeah, there's still that point something 1% chance. You know, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
So flat earthers, which is going to be our new viewership.
Yep,
we're getting them all to this video.
Like, I like these guys.
Yeah,
I can convince them.
Yeah,
but we're getting near the end of this episode, so let's fire off these last two ones. Okay. You know, what was your first job?
Oh, okay.
From dying about. I kind of like readjusted it.
My first job, I was 14 years old. I got a job at the local grocery store.
Bag boy?
As a bag boy.
Hey. Yeah. Why is everybody a bag boy like at a young age?
That's where you start because that's the lowest tier, right?
Yeah, it's like the lowest.
Oh, really?
Like you just put the groceries in the bag, carry it out to their car.
Have a nice day.
For the ladies. Have a great day.
Yeah, you carried it out?
Yeah, we carried it out to their cars.
Damn.
And I mean, he's not our age.
I'm old school.
He's a little bit older.
A little bit.
You know.
And then there used to be these 80-pound bags of salt that people would buy for their 80 pounds. It's the salt for like your water.
Yeah.
And I'm like 14 years old, no muscles, skinny. I'm like still same, just like now. And man, that was difficult. And then my coworkers, including my older brother, was there. They would laugh at me and make fun of me. Like, you stick out like a sore thumb. You look so... And I did. I was 14 years old. That 14-year-old kid shouldn't be, like, wearing a shirt and tie and an apron and big... I don't know.
Hey, you're a fellow flat chester then, like me.
Yeah.
Flat chester, boy.
But you said your brother worked there, too?
My older brother worked there as well.
And he's not tall and skinny?
He's tall and muscular. And he always looked older for his age. So he fit in pretty good. Yeah.
Well, now you're winning because you look younger.
Yeah.
There you go. So you're retaining the young look and the young viewership.
And last question from Gloria, which is, what is your favorite TV show you like? And I guess something that I wanted to add in is like, is there a TV show from like your younger years or maybe now that kind of inspires you to do what you do?
Yeah.
Well, he said Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah. For inspiring now, Ninja Turtles for sure was probably the biggest inspiration for what I'm doing now. And just take a lot of inspiration from them. And as far as TV shows, I don't watch TV much lately. I want to. Like, I want to catch up. Like, everyone's like, you got to watch Game of Thrones. I'm like, oh, man, I don't want to get sucked into that. It's going to be too time consuming. I don't have time for that.
That's a lot of time.
The last show I watched that really loved was Breaking Bad, I suppose. That was amazing. Yeah.
When it was still releasing live? Like, that's how long ago?
I think it was probably right after actually, no. I started watching it like during their last season. So I kind of got to watch them all binge style a little bit without waiting too long. So that was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess at some point I was always wondering too, for your series and your channel, do you plan to, I mean, I guess it is very like based towards children, like younger people, but do you plan to, like, I mean, your core fan base, eventually they're going to grow up.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep it and keep bringing in the younger ones, the new viewership, and replenish the other ones growing up?
Yeah.
Or do you want to evolve the content and go maybe a little bit edgier?
Well, I always say they keep making new kids. So
They do keep making more
They
kids.
keep making them.
So you don't need to.
I don't know where they come from.
Definitely don't need
Especially with Alabama putting in that
Yeah,
new law, you're
there's
gonna have
gonna
a
be
lot
a
more
lot.
viewers, dude.
All right, you really want us to get demonetized, huh?
You want to keep going back to that.
I know.
No,
like,
that's a really good question, right?
Yeah.
I think just to move away from that topic.
let's go back to Chad.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think eventually it probably will slowly age up a little bit. Kind of like superheroes have kind of aged up recently.
Yep.
You know, like I was always a huge Spider-Man fan. That's the other thing that was maybe inspirational to me. I used to watch Spider-Man cartoons. And, you know, it used to be like, oh, Spider-Man's for 6-year-olds or 8-year-olds. But now it's like in your 20s, 30s, you can enjoy those movies.
Great jokes, and it's still clean.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge. But yeah, it's still like it still works.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well,
To be seen, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I guess, but it seems like that has been our time.
Yeah, and do you have any plugs that you'd like to,
Oh, gosh.
give yourself?
Ninja Milk, the greatest energy drink in the world. Make sure to buy it. Where can they buy it, Ryan?
NinjaMilk.com.
NinjaMilk.com.
Also, make sure you check out Chad's channel. Chad
Wildclay.
Well, Chad Wildclay, but then
type in
you're
CWC, it'll show
you
up.
got the actual name, right?
Yes, Chad Wildclay.
And and that was another question too, but we already asked you, but yeah, that's his real name.
That's my real name, yeah.
A lot
It's
of people
not a
don't
stage
believe that,
name.
including us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that, I was like,
You made that up, yeah.
Yeah,
Nope.
I wasn't sure if Chad was your real name or Clay was your real name.
Or
Yeah, a
Wild.
lot of people mix those up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
They're
Wild.
all three. All three.
Yeah,
That's
because
awesome.
you sound like a cowboy. Like
What?
that
Really?
name. Like it sounds like a cowboy's
Chad-
name, you
Chad
know?
I thought you were saying
Wildclay.
my Minnesotan
Yeah.
accent was
No,
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 Okay.
definitely not.
Oh, nice.
Definitely. You sound like you grow corn for fun.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
backyard, yeah.
check out Chad Wildclay. That's it.
Thanks.
You're lucky you got the actual. That sounds made up, but it's his real name and that's his channel.
Yep.
You can follow us at Off the Pill Podcast on Instagram, at Off the Pill on Twitter. When are we gonna fix
Still
that?
learning
Like,
that?
no,
That's
well,
on you.
it's because it's the same. It's they're taken and we reached out and they won't give it to us. So I wanted to get it so it's the same on both. But
Yeah.
anyway, thank you guys for watching another Off the Pill podcast. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
I don't know if you know, but this is how we end it. We usually just count to 3 and then we breathe into the mic.
I'm ready.
All right. And in 3, 2, 1. It smells great in here.